Hello, I'm Andrew Kinsey. Thanks for joining me. Let's start off with the gross irresponsibility of Donald Trump. He can certainly be judged to be amongst the most reckless and unfit man to ever govern the United States. His chances of re-election in November have moved to almost zero. The US electorate are probably going to have a very good chance of passing a harsh indictment of his performance in dealing with the virus and other cardinal sins. In fact, I've said, and I'll say it again, Pennsylvania holds the key to Trump's re-election hopes. Just a week ago, Joe Biden was 15 votes short of the electoral threshold in the Electoral College. By the end of last week, he'd now moved to a 9-point advantage over the Electoral College threshold. To complicate issues for politicians and financial authorities alike, global joblessness remains a constant threat to economic performance over the coming weeks and months. This is complicated by the fact that personal savings are remaining sticky at higher levels than pre-COVID levels. This has an opposite effect on personal consumption, of which many economies are completely dependent upon. A V-shaped recovery is certainly out of the question. The Rand is comparatively strong this last week. We're looking for further strength during this week as the dollar looks to have lost its thrust to the top side. Volatility is certainly going to increase as we move out of the triangle that we see the Rand currently in. As it stands, the Rand is probing lower levels this Monday morning. If you're thinking about gold as a must hold, a cautionary tale is in the actions of the central banks. For the 10 years following 2000, they were net sellers of about 450 tons per annum, when the gold price averaged $522 an ounce. For the subsequent 10 years, they have been gross buyers or net buyers of gold to the tune of about 520 tons per year, when the average price is $13 to $13.50 a year. Oil looks like it's on its way back into the ground. We've looked to have completed a 5-wave move up from the April lows, and we're looking forward to oil turning much lower, maybe trading into the high 20s by the end of this year. South African equities also look vulnerable at the moment. Remember that these have topped in November of 2017. As you can see, there's a rolling top on the SA40, and this is characteristic of equity markets that have actually topped out. Thanks very much for joining me.